Oh, hi guys. Welcome. Um, so this is okay, but listen, episode something. I have a really fun episode, well, fun-ish episode planned for today. I'm gonna apologize in advance because it's not the topic that I had promised in my last episode. Just so many things, and I just decided that that wasn't what was going to fit. I just didn't want to talk about it, honestly. And I just figured, you know what? Even though I said I was going to talk about relationships, it's my podcast. If I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it. And I don't want to talk about it. So, also, yes, there's a new background. It's only because I am lazy and I didn't want to turn my couch. So, sorry. This one's kind of a lazier episode, but I don't know. It's kind of a gloomy day outside and it's really cold and chilly, and I just, I'm just feeling chill and not as, I didn't want it to be like a production. I wasn't feeling that today. So, anyways, moving swiftly on. Oh, also, the mic is different today because um, my dog Norman decided to eat my other microphone. So, we are waiting for that in the mail. Anywho, okay, so I have been seeing this trend on TikTok about everybody posting their betrayal lists. And I think it's so fun. I typically like to try and be a positive person, like glass half full type of person, because naturally I tend to think really negatively, so I have to work extra hard at like thinking positively. And I just on my TikTok, I had posted like, you know, the betrayal lists are cute, but I'm really trying to be better about my mindset. So here are things that have never done me wrong. And I did a whole list. And I was thinking, I was like, maybe I should just actually make that into a podcast episode, just talking about like all of the things I love and the things that literally have never done me wrong. But then today, I just decided a slight shift. Actually, we're going to be talking about my betrayal list because I'm just in a mood today. I don't know. The weather's just been gloomy. I am breaking out. I am just, I don't know. I'm on edge and I think everybody's allowed to have a day or two or three, and I'm having one at least. So, welcome to my betrayal list. Uh, Sorry if you tuned in for something else, but this is literally just going to be me ranting. So, welcome. Okay, let's just go down the list here. First, starting off strong, ice cream cake. I really don't have much to say about this one other than like I grew up with all of my friends loving ice cream cake. Every single birthday party, they had an ice cream cake. Everybody had an ice cream cake, and I don't know if it's because my birthday's in the winter and so like ice cream is just the last thing that I kind of think of for my birthday. And maybe it is also just the fact that I'm not really a cake person in general. I am a pie girly through and through. Um, but but ice cream cake just hits, it just strikes a different nerve, and it just like I just remember like when I would be in grade school and some one of my friends would be planning like their birthday party or something, and I'd be like, "Oh, like what kind of cake are you having?" Because that's always like one of the questions, like what kind of dessert. And it was always ice cream cake, and I remember thinking, now this is me like 9, 10, 11 years old. Even earlier, maybe even like 7 or 8 years old, thinking, can we can we change it? Can we have an original thought? Maybe stray away from the ice cream cake. Maybe mix it up, have a little funfetti in there. Heaven forbid we throw in a cupcake every once in a while. I don't know. I think ice cream cake is really it's a pick me move and I don't like it and it's too safe, it's too gross. And specifically the ice cream cakes that are made at Dairy Queen, I have a specific beef with because why do they always have such an enormous amount of frosting that tastes like a chalkboard and sprinkles that taste like a sidewalk? And it's like the majority of the cake. And I'm sorry, no, no. Catch me being polite and taking a slice and then just waiting for it to melt. And then I just soak it up with my napkin and then I throw it away. Have I done that before? Maybe just a couple times. Number 2 on the list, Jergen self tanner. I feel like every person who has self tanned in their life knows about the curse of the Jergen self tanner. It is an epidemic, truly. It is a phase of life that I really do think everybody needs to go through. I think it is pivotal in like character development. But Jergen self tanner specifically, not just the lotion and not just the foam, but the in shower rinse. At one point, I was using all three, and nobody thought to say, hey, maybe let's not be so addicted to Jergens. No one. And then that really made me question if anybody ever loved me. Jokes. That's dramatic. But seriously. Okay, third, spoons. Not the utensil, the game. I don't know if I feel like most people know what the game of spoons is, but it's essentially musical chairs. Kind of. It's not actually at all like musical chairs. I don't know why I thought to relate it to that, but basically, um, you have a certain amount of spoons in a circle and you pass cards along. You all sit in a circle and you pass cards, like a deck of cards, and then the first person to get like a set of 4 of something, so like 4 kings, 4 queens, something, gets to take a spoon, and then the last person, like there's always one person left out that doesn't get a spoon, is out, and then you just keep going until there's a winner. I have literally ended friendships over spoons. And yes, I have also ended friendships over the game of Uno, but I feel like that would require a whole separate episode. But spoons specifically, I just always feel like I was never good at. And I've broken too many nails and have been scratched too many times. I just betrayal. It's just betrayal. And not only by the game itself, but by the people I've played with. Betrayal. Betrayal all around. Okay, fourth on the list. Target's bikini bottoms. I don't know who is their designer or how that system works and who thought it would be a good idea to just copy and paste the same style for everything. And I'm not talking about like the print on the bottoms. I'm talking about like the cut and the shape of their bottoms. Now, I'm really short and I tend to have thicker thigh, more curves. More curves. We'll stick to that. And I feel like if anybody has just even just a slightly curvy body, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I feel like it just gives me a diaper butt every single time and it makes my butt look too big. Bigger than it is, which is too big. And this is something that like okay, I will go there and I will buy a bikini top any day. Any day. Their bikini bottoms though, I don't know what it is. And I feel like I need the girlies to like validate this for me because They have so many prints and styles, and yet all the cuts and shapes are the same. Like it fits me all the same. I Does anybody else have this struggle? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Okay. Moving swiftly on. The NBA on YouTube TV and actually just streaming services in general. Like what I'm noticing for the NFL, like how like one game will be on Amazon Prime, another game will be on ESPN, another game will be on this, and then you have to like I'm an NBA girly and I use YouTube TV, but yet I still can't watch, like I have to buy League Pass in order to be able to watch all the games, and even then I can't even watch all the games sometimes. Like if I want to watch the Timberwolves, sometimes I have to go on, what's it called? What's it called? I can't remember what it's called, but like it's a different streaming service and I have to pay separately for that. It it's gotten a little out of hand. If you're asking me. It's a little much. Okay. Betrayal. Microsoft Outlook. We're in 2025. I don't understand how there isn't a undo button for sent emails, an unsend for sent emails. I don't understand why that's not a thing. Enough said. Okay. Strawberry flavored ice cream and milk. This one's not necessarily a betrayal. Actually, yes, it is. I just feel like every time I see strawberry ice cream, we'll just start with ice cream. Specifically, strawberry ice cream, I feel like it looks amazing, especially in the summertime. It just looks like the cute, like it's just a cute little dessert and it looks so fun and like Instagram worthy. And then every time I taste it, I'm like, this actually tastes nasty. I don't know what it is about the flavoring. I don't know what it is about what. And if it comes with chunks, I'm out. I No, you won't. No. And milk, strawberry milk, disgusting. Wearing anything silk or satin in the winter time. This is an ultimate betrayal because you know how many times like I've worn like the cutest like silky skirt or dress to church, and like with the friction and everything, like it just, and the dryness in the air just creates an insane amount of static, and so like the skirt or the dress just like clings to your legs. Mix that with like a day that I really need to shave my legs. Sorry. No. Um I'll actually just go home. It literally makes me want to cry. Okay. Non-stick pans. I just feel like I have a particular beef with things that can't go in the dishwasher and come out the same. And obviously, with most nonstick pans, you're not supposed to, it says right on the pan, do not put in dishwasher, not dishwasher safe. And I throw it in the dishwasher and then because I don't have time to sit here and wash dishes all night. That's not, I have better things to do, other things to worry about. Will it only take me like 3 minutes? Probably, but that's not the point. The point is that I should just be able to put it in the dishwasher, have it come out the same. My plates do that. I put my plates in the dishwasher, bring the plates back out, and my food doesn't stick to my plate. It's 2025. Can we like figure this out? Okay. This one is Aisha Curry. If you know, you know. I really don't have to say anything on that. Press on nails. This one, I just feel like it's not necessarily betrayal, but more so a disappointment because they seem so great in theory, but the way my hands are, I don't know, they just don't work for my hands. I never find like the sizing, I don't know. You can just always tell when I have press on nails on. And my senior year of high school, I tried to use press on nails. And when I was getting ready, I accidentally mixed up my eyelash glue and my nail glue, and I ended up nail gluing my lashes to my eyes. Yeah. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Okay. Chicken. I and here's the thing, it sucks because I love chicken and it's such a deep betrayal because I love chicken so much. Chicken is so amazing. I love chicken, but I am so scared of chicken. I hate cooking it. I don't like feeling the raw meat. Ew. And I'm always nervous that I'm never going to cook it all the way through, so I end up just burning it. And then if I get chicken like pre-cooked or something, I'm always scared that I'm going to bite into just a oh, I'm like getting nauseous thinking of it. Like the squishy part of the chicken, like a when you get a bad piece of chicken, it's like tough and ugh, no. Mm-mm. So I'm always like fishing through the chicken to make sure I don't have bad chicken. But I do love chicken, but it is one of my biggest betrayals. It has definitely let me down. Also, it goes bad really fast. And the smell, ugh, we don't even need to go into that. Okay, Shein pop-ups. This has been a recent betrayal of mine because I don't really shop on Shein like ever, but it is almost Halloween and I've been ordering things from there for my costume. And I'm sorry, why does it take me 20 minutes just to even get into the app? I'm sitting there clicking on the tiniest little X's, fat fingering my way through, somehow winning all these prizes, spinning the wheels and winning jackpots for an insane amount of time. And they just keep popping up. And they're so obnoxious. And it always happens where like I don't actually win. It says I win and then I somehow get like 37 cents out of it. I don't know. Like the most random. Anyways, okay. So Sheehan needs to work on that because that's not okay. Eggs. Need I say more? I think a lot of people love eggs and I personally do like eggs too. I don't know, my stomach does not like eggs, so whenever I eat them I get really nauseous and I throw up. I don't know. I don't even think I'm allergic to them. It's just a bodily reaction and I don't like the texture of them. But I do love like egg bake and things like that, but it makes me throw up. So just kind of a heartbreaking situation, honestly. Streaks on TikTok. What the heck is even that? Why are we doing that? No. And why when like a streak ends or something or you start a streak and you click into like who you have the streak with and then it like pops up like the little flame thing and it takes you 20 minutes to try and like X out of it. Annoying. TikTok, do better. Acrylic shelves for your shower. This one I learned in my last apartment. Uh, yeah. If you're thinking about getting those shelves, the cutesy little shelves in your shower with like the adhesive back, don't. And they say like, oh, you can just use a blow dryer to remove them, or you can spray this goo on there and it will remove them. Literally, Godzilla himself would not be able to rip those things off the shower wall, from what I have learned in my experience. My poor landlord in my last apartment had to deal with them because I couldn't. I just left him like hanging there. Don't do it. It might be tempting and they are cheap for a reason. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. People chewing. It's just something that and now I know I have misophonia really bad. So like I know that and I know that this is a big pet peeve of a lot of people, but like it brings me to tears. It does. And I'm ashamed. I'm embarrassed, but it's been my ultimate betrayal because it's like I can't even have a lovely meal with the people I love because hearing them chew literally makes me want to set them on fire. Lovingly, of course, because I love them. But I can't stand it. I can't stand it and I don't and even those like sounds on like the ASMRs, how do people watch those? How do you watch somebody eat? It literally that's torture. That's torture to me. I will literally start growing chest hair. It gets so intense for me. Not literally. That doesn't happen, but it feels like it does. My chest gets very hot. Anyways, wow. That like just just thinking about it just made me ugh. This one's definitely controversial. Controversial. Musicals. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I have to make sure. I think this thing is touchscreen, so I have to make sure I don't shut it off with my finger. Okay. Yeah, musicals. I'm sorry. I don't know. And I think I really wish I knew where the root cause of this was or where it came from because theater in general just kind of gives me hives. It really just kind of upsets me in a really like aggravating way for no reason. And like what's so funny is like as a kid and even in high school, like my main hobby was music. Like was I was a vocalist and I was a pianist and I played multiple instruments and I did lots of performances and I loved it. But theater, I don't know what it is, but it's always just pissed me off and I can't put my finger on it. And so I'm putting it down as a betrayal because I feel like if you consider yourself a musical person, especially if you like have a love for like instruments and songwriting and things like that like I do, I feel like musicals should be like right up my alley, right? Mm-mm. You couldn't pay me to watch Wicked. You couldn't. I will say I was a big fan of High School Musical when I was a kid because of Zac Efron, obviously. And I did watch The Greatest Showman and I did like that. I did enjoy it, surprisingly. I definitely was forced to watch it against my will, but I did end up enjoying it. And I'm the first to admit it, but you couldn't pay me enough to watch Wicked or Fiddler on the Roof or Newsies or no. No, I have better things to do with my time. And I also just think the Wicked epidemic is just a little much, in my opinion. I'm so sorry if that offends anybody. Yeah, if you sing any of those songs in my presence, just know I am screaming internally. Like, it makes me like you less. Not actually. In the moment, it does. But then I reset. Last but not least, because this is getting really long, and honestly, I could go on for hours because today I'm just really coming up with all kinds. But, pedestrians. Now, this is definitely a kind of a backward situation because when I'm a pedestrian, obviously I don't feel this way, but I just, I was driving back to my apartment today and I was stopped at an intersection, a four-way stop, and I had the right of way. It was my turn to go, but I couldn't because somebody had to cross the road. That's okay, you know? But the speed at which they were moving made it seem like it was personal. Like they wanted to hold me up as long as they could. And the more I think about it, a lot of people do that, and I just don't understand. I don't understand how you feel no rush, no need to put any pep in your step to cross the road quickly when there is a car, not even just one car, when there is a line of cars waiting for you to cross the road. It just is so I don't understand like some people's lack of awareness. People's lack of awareness in general. That's another betrayal, I will say. Not only when they're crossing the road, but just in general. Like if you can't tell that I'm upset with you or anybody else is upset with you or that a joke you make is not funny or if you're being too much, if you're being and like if you can't tell that you're a pick me, God help you. God help you. Okay, this is getting really aggressive really quickly, and I'm sorry. I need to calm down because who am I? You know? But I do think it needs to be talked about. It needs to be talked about more. Like, hello? When did so many people become so socially unaware? Like, is that a I was homeschooled, so is that a course that they teach in the public school system? How to not care what other people think? Actually, that would be a good class to have. Because you really shouldn't care what other people think, but you should. You should, though, a little, you know? Like, care a little about what people think of you. Because, and uh, if you're around me ever, my face will give away. I intentionally or not, you'll know if I don't like when you're speaking, because I'll just be sitting in the corner, like, so apologies in advance, I guess. But also not, because if you're getting that look, you probably need to wake up anyways. Wow. I apologize. I really just brought the heat today and I just I need to find something good to say. What's okay. Something good. I will say that find something happy, Emily. I am happy that it is like officially like fall weather now. I love fall. Fall's my favorite. Um, and so I am excited that it's chilly outside and um it's just cozy, you know? And I'm excited. Ooh, tonight, at the time of filming, which I think I'm posting this later, is the Victoria's Secret fashion show. So, my Super Bowl. And, you know, stoked for that. Lakers also play tonight. Stoked for that. Um, that's not really like a good thing though. Um, I love yeah, we'll just I can't think of anything else good to say. So we'll just end it there. You know, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. But then I go and make a whole podcast episode about all the things I don't like. So, okay. Anyways, well, if you stuck through this, appreciate you. Love you so big. So sorry it was just one big rant and that I didn't stick to my promise. To be honest, I don't really think I'll ever that's that's getting too far. Too ahead of myself. I will talk about relationships at some point, but I just really don't think it's relevant right now, at least. And I can't figure out how to organize it. I really just don't think I have enough to say on it. And I don't know. Maybe when I get in a relationship, maybe that's when I'll talk about it. Or maybe not. Maybe I just won't ever. I don't know. But this was fun. I like ranting. and just kind of complaining. I do like complaining. It is kind of a down a what's the word? We'll just call it a red flag. It's definitely one of my red flags. I like to complain, but I am trying to be better at that and to be more positive. But, anyways, appreciate you sticking through this whole mess. And yeah, I guess until our next chat.